If you've ever walked through a medieval church, a timber-framed hall, or a centuries-old barn and wondered why the wood still survives while modern lumber moulds and rots in decades, you're asking the right question. Medieval builders didn't have pressure-treated lumber, fungicides, or climate control, yet they consistently solved one of wood's greatest enemies, moisture-driven mould. They didn't do it with coatings sprayed on after construction. They treated the wood before it ever became a beam. One of their most effective tools was a simple but deliberate timber dip that changed how wood aged, breathed, and resisted decay. This wasn't folklore. It was trade knowledge, guarded by guilds and refined by trial, failure, and time. Medieval builders understood that mould wasn't a surface problem. It was a moisture problem. Once mould established itself inside the grain, no coating could stop it. The solution was to alter the wood's relationship with water from the start. Freshly cut timber was vulnerable. Sap, sugars, and moisture made it a perfect food source for fungi. If you used it untreated, decay was inevitable. The timber dip changed that equation before the first joint was cut. The exact formula varied by region, but the principle remained consistent. Builders immersed timber in alkaline, mineral-rich solutions that disrupted fungal growth while preserving the wood's ability to breathe. Common ingredients included limewater, wood ash, lye, salt brine, vinegar solutions, or mixtures of these. Limewater raised the pH of the wood, creating an environment hostile to mould spores. Ash lye penetrated the grain, breaking down sugars that fungi feed on. Salt reduced moisture absorption. Vinegar helped neutralize bacteria and surface organisms. None of this sealed the wood. It transformed it. Brushing a treatment onto wood only protects the outside. Medieval builders knew the danger came from within. By soaking timber for days or weeks, the solution penetrated deep into the grain. This process leached out sap and nutrients while depositing minerals that discouraged biological growth. When the timber dried, it was lighter, more stable, and far less attractive to mould. This is why medieval beams often aged to silver grey instead of black rot. The dip was only half the process. After immersion, timber was stacked with airflow on all sides and left to dry slowly. Rapid drying caused cracks. Slow drying allowed internal moisture to equalize. Medieval builders often air-seasoned timber for months or years. By the time it entered a structure, its moisture content was low enough that mould simply couldn't establish itself. This patience is one of the most overlooked elements of medieval durability. Modern treatments often trap moisture. Medieval treatments avoided that mistake. Lime and ash treatments discouraged mould chemically while still allowing vapour movement. This meant wood could dry after getting wet. That single property is why medieval timber survived in damp climates where sealed modern wood fails. Breathability was protection. Timber framing, roof beams, sill plates, shipbuilding and barn construction all relied on treated wood. In some regions, entire logs were submerged in ponds, lime pits or ash baths before use. Guild regulations sometimes required timber seasoning and treatment, not for aesthetics, but for longevity and safety. Industrialization favoured speed over patience. Kiln drying replaced air seasoning. chemical coatings replaced mineral treatments. Buildings went up faster, but, well, their lifespan shortened. As construction shifted toward replaceable materials, long-term wood preservation just stopped being a priority. The medieval timber dip became unnecessary in a throwaway world. You don't need medieval pits or guild approval. The principle remains sound. Remove sugars. Raise pH. Control moisture. Soaking green or rough-cut wood in limewater or salt solutions, followed by slow air drying, dramatically reduces mould risk. Using ash-based washes on non-structural wood can offer similar benefits. The key is treating wood before installation and allowing it to dry fully. For cabins, sheds, root cellars or off-grid structures, this approach still outperforms many modern sealants. Mold resistance isn't about killing organisms endlessly. It's about making environments where they can't thrive. Medieval builders understood that better than most modern systems. They didn't fight nature. They adjusted conditions. That is why their wood still stands. If this deep dive into medieval building knowledge added value to your understanding of history and practical survival, subscribe to the channel for more serious research-driven content. Share this video with fellow history enthusiasts and preparedness-minded viewers. Some knowledge deserves to last as long as the timber itself.